Hey guys, JayKrawls here. It's during the boss strike weekend. Haven't had a lot of time because I've been fighting, but I wanted to put this video together just to show you real quick before I get back to the battle. A kind of a compilation of battles. One of the things that you'll see, my last video I didn't have audio because I just did a quick recording and put it online just so you can see the formation that I was using. But I want to show you and tell you a few things that are critical for this formation to be successful that I've noticed. One is the enemy formation. There's two formations that I have here that I've recorded that can show you at wave one what it kind of looks like and what you expect through those waves. And those are the ones that I've actually survived, haven't lost anything on. So don't be afraid to leave a boss strike once it starts. Go ahead and exit the battle, come back in, try to find one that you'll be successful at. If you do get in the middle of a boss strike, you're on like wave 3, and it looks like you're about to lose one of your mega tanks or something critical, exit. Because it's going to take longer for you to heal that unit and get back in the battle than it is for you just to exit and then start and then just start over. It may take you 15 minutes, whereas it may take a couple hours before you can heal your units. So don't be afraid to exit the battle. I go through this one really quickly. I fast forward through this first wave just to show you each of the waves. But I also put an elemental trooper on the front row because that way I can freeze towers and large units. So the elemental trooper has been effective. I do lose my elemental trooper about every third or fourth battle because he's more vulnerable, but it's totally worth it to have the freeze option. So I replace that. All right, the mammoths, you need to be rank 5. They need to be rank 5 to open up its bone cry move, which is a 60% chance of stun locking. I use 5 of these guys because that way I can get a stun lock on the whole board consecutively, which is very successful. You can see this is wave 2. You also want to freeze the guys on the sides as well. Alright, this is wave 3. I promise you that in the second part of this video I don't speed through this so fast, so just hang on a second and it will slow down. But I just want to show you the characters on the waves. Also, I like to use the new helicopter, or if you have the snake in the previous one, you can use that against the drones because it can kill it in one shot. Every time it can kill it in one shot, so I really like that. You can substitute on the front row. You can substitute super tanks for mega tanks or heavier tanks if you have those. This right here is my favorite enemy formation to fight because I found that it to be the easiest, and I've never lost any units fighting this one. So when this formation comes up, I usually every time I look for this formation. You can substitute on the back row for, if you don't have rank 6 trebuchets with the raptor shot, you can substitute with tank killers. And I don't know, I haven't tried a Cyro trooper on the front row. It probably wouldn't live very long, so I don't know if that would be worth it for you. You may just want to put another tank on the front row and put the Cyro trooper on the back. If you don't have 5 legendary mammoths, you need at least 3, and then you can put 2 elemental troopers on each side in the back behind your tanks, and you can put you can also put you could probably put a Cyro trooper back there, but you'd have to look and see what's more effective. Just exit it, exit if it looks like you're taking too much damage, like I said earlier. I use a super tank over here just to show you how well it does as well during the battle. Okay, I'm going to take out this drone first because he's a nuisance. Once I start stun locking, he can shoot every time, which is annoying. So I'm going to do a bone cry freeze. I'm going to try to stun everybody. I'm going to take my elemental trooper, and then I'm going to freeze this guy here, because the legendary mammoth's move is not going to kill him. But if I freeze him, he will be just as weak as any of these other units, and then he will take the most damage, max damage as well. So you can see his health. There he goes. Now he's getting weak. All right, now I'm going to hit one more time to bring these two front ones dead, and then I've got these two sandworms back here, and I'll take advantage of my mega tank shot here to hit both of them. You can keep doing. I could have kept doing the bone cry from the legendary mammoths to kill them, which I'm going to do right now, because I don't want to shoot each of them with the mega tank, because then one of them will get it shot. So I use the legendary mammoth to kill him here. All right, now we're moving on to wave 2, and the reason why I like this enemy formation is because this wave is so easy to kill. I'll do a lock, and then I will take my helicopter and I'll kill that drone back there, because he will be annoying. And those drones can take out mega tanks if they continually target one, or they can take out your elemental trooper. So with him dead, I can stun lock this whole group to death really quickly with just a few of the mammoths. So one more, he should be on to round 3. So on this one, this brawler that's over here to the right, he's going to be the first guy I'm going to freeze. You could freeze up here in the center, but I like to freeze the brawler, because when he hits the front row, he can take out your elemental troopers and your tanks very quickly. So now that he's frozen, I'm going to find one of my mammoths to start stun locking, and then you can see that he died quickly because of that. I'm going to do another stun lock, and then I'm going to focus on that sandworm, because that sandworm I'm not going to be able to kill just with the legendary move. I'm going to end up having to use a raptor shot, or if you have a tank killer, use it on this guy. Go ahead and kill him, because the other guys are stunned. So now these guys have just a little life left. I'm going to show you the 200, yeah. So now I'm going to take, since he has so few health, I know that he's going to die, so I'm going to use my mega tank shot to finish him off. Now, always save a raptor shot move for your next level. Always have one available, because the moment you see a legendary mammoth, take him out immediately. Go ahead and kill him. Don't focus on the towers yet. Focus on the legendary mammoth. And then now I'm going to freeze this tower, because when it's frozen, it'll take max damage every shot. So the legendary mammoth's bone cry will be the most effective against it, as well as the other units at the same time. So here it goes. Now one more shot with a legendary mammoth while that tower's still frozen. Should kill a lot of the units, as well as knock out the health of that tower. Pretty good, pretty decent. So now you see I got a drone there. I've got 2 larger units that I'm not going to be able to kill, and that dumb old tower's still there. So I have a huge decision to make here. Now, if you notice, the health on the tower is almost out. Those 2 guys in the back are completely stunned. They're not going anywhere. And that drone, though, I can't stun that drone. I just have to take him out. So I was debating here whether I should take out the tower or the drone. To me, the tower, if it gets a crit, is pretty powerful, but that drone can shoot every time. The tower shoot once. So in the end, I decided to take out that ridiculous drone. And this is where it's critical. You want to kill the thing in one shot, not take 2 or 3 shots. The legendary mammoth does have the log throw that can kill the drone, but it also sometimes does not. So I would rather use the helicopter. And because this sandworm can do the most damage to me next, I'll take him out next. And then now I'm going to work on the tower. And I'm going to try the freeze shot so that I can kill the tower because it has such a low health, and maybe possibly freeze the guy in the back. And it does work because this is a pre-recorded video. So with him frozen now, I can just use my mega tanks and cut him down in 2 shots. Which he only has 76 health, so you know he's going to be dead. So we move on to wave 5, and notice I said always have a raptor shot available, because you do not want the legendary mammoth, the enemy one, to do its bone cry on you, because when it does, it stun locks all your people, and if you have anybody low health, it'll just wipe it out immediately. So now that he's almost dead, I'm going to use this just to take him out and stun lock people. And then I'm going to freeze. Well, I'm going to stun lock another one so I can get those guys in the back. Now that I know everybody's stunned, I can keep piling away at these 2 guys. And those 2 towers, this is rank level 5. I'm not as worried about it. But if you, like I said, if you freeze one, probably should have done that earlier. Freeze him after I killed the mammoth. That way he couldn't have got off his shots. I could use the trebuchet, but I do not. I finally decide after that I wanted to kill. I could use this shot, which will do pretty good damage and possibly kill that guy. Or I could just do the bone cry, which I end up doing, but it does not do a lot of damage to the tower. For some reason, usually the first time it doesn't do a lot of damage to the tower, but the second time you do it, it usually does. So now that he's still frozen, I can use my mega tank. Now I almost lost that mega tank. Now like I said earlier, you may want to exit the game if that's your only guy, but if you know you're about to win, it might be worth it. Keep someone in spare backup so that you can take it out whenever possible. And that's how you get through all 5 waves. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel. After the boss strike is over, I'll put out some more about some of these newer units that I got, the railgun units, and I'll show you guys how those are. If you've got a better formation, let me know on the bottom, and I will see you guys on the other side of the boss strike.